Hey everybody, it's Josie here. Happy 2019. This is going to be my first video for the year. So I'm going to do a bit of a combi video. Part of it is going to be me talking about my 2019 reading goals, my channel goals, kind of where I'm going. And then also I'm going to talk about my TBR for the month that is fairly ambitious, but I'm hoping to get through all of these books because I'm really excited to read them this month. So starting off with my 2019 goals, my channel is very new. I haven't been at this for a long time, but I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really enjoying kind of talking to people and interacting and just getting to know everybody. And yeah, just talking about books is like one of my favorite things in the world to do. So for 2019, I thought I want to kind of refine my reading a little bit. So I am one of those people that has quite varied tastes. I read loads of different genres, loads of different types of books, but I've also, I think, learned throughout the years what it is that I do and don't like. And I saw a video recently that Cece did from Problems of a Book Nerd, where she was talking about her 3 favorite books and what connected those 3 books. And I was kind of thinking about that. It was a great video. It actually made me think about what I read and started looking at kind of the books that I thought were my favorite, the ones that I didn't like so much, and what the common thread was throughout those books. And for me, I've realized that what I really love is friendship. So I love books that are very strong on kind of friendship tropes. I love found families. So when you have kind of a group of, I suppose, misfit kind of people getting together and finding a family. I love particularly strong friendships amongst women. I also like quite dark, complex friendships. Also, for me, being a member of the queer community, I love any books that have LGBTQIA+ representation. So definitely moving forward, those are books that I want to obviously read and promote and tell you guys about, but also just diversity generally. I think just in literature, if you look at where books are set, for example, I'm very conscious that whenever I read books, they tend to normally be set either here in the UK or in the States. And I want to make a more conscious effort to pick up books that are actually set somewhere else. So I'm going to do a bit of a recommendations video on that because I do have some books that I've read this year that have been set in different places across the world. And I think it adds an element, it makes you learn something and it's interesting. So I definitely consciously want to do more of that, actually seek out books. Also diversity in author representation. So again, not only sort of British American authors, but more translated work, new authors, more diverse authors, own voices authors, and also diversity and representation in terms of just anything really, whether it be colour, whether it be religion, whether it be able-bodied versus non-able, you know, all of those bits and pieces that we're so... I think you kind of get into a pattern of seeing the same characters over again, and I don't want to keep reading that. So I want to kind of have my buzzwords for the year being diversity, inclusion. Also, I'm not naturally particularly negative. I think I've done a few, but I don't particularly like doing negative reviews. I tend to pick up books that I think I might like. So, you know, my channel is going to be about positivity, just celebrating things that I love, and hopefully sharing it with you guys, and if you find something that you love as well, that's amazing. And yeah, I'd just like to hear from everybody as well, what they think, whether they've read any of the books, and what their thoughts on it were. So that's kind of my channel reading goals, and I also want to do more content, and then also more original content, and maybe something that's a bit different. I've got a tag in mind that I want to do that I don't think anybody's done yet, so do a few more kind of original tags and things like that. Just have a bit more interesting original content, and just lots of diverse and interesting books that I hope you guys will enjoy hearing about. So that is my channel goal. I'm now going to get to my TBR for January. So I've done a separate video already for my New Year's-a-thon TBR, which just started last night for me. And I've actually started reading one of the books already for that. So I'll just quickly go through those. If you want to know about those books in any more depth, go to the other video that talks about the New Year's-a-thon. So that's the first readathon that I'm taking part in this year. And I thought, you know, start the year off, do one 1st of January, and then I've got a few other books that I want to get to in the month. So starting with New Year's-a-thon, if I can pick them up, I have got The Accidental by Ali Smith. I've got Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I've got The Beast is an Animal. In with this gorgeous shiny cover. And the one I've started already, Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. And this is going to feature in my 5-star predictions video because I was predicting this to be a 5-star read. And oh my goodness, I've started reading it. I love it. So I think this little spoiler is going to be, I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I'm loving it so far. So as long as it ends as well as it starts, I'm going to be a very happy girl. So that's that one. And then on top of the readathon, for the rest of the month, I've got a stack of books here that I'm looking to read. Let's pick those up. So kind of in line with what I was talking about, with a bit of diversity and, you know, inclusion and just trying to make things interesting for myself. I have some that are new to my TBR, and then I have kind of these shelves over here are all books that I've bought that I haven't read yet. So one of my other goals is to actually get through the existing TBRs that I have. So with that in mind, these 2 books have been on that TBR. So I've got Beautiful Animals, and then I've got Genuine Fraud. Ooh, you see those. So these 2 are both kind of thrillers, and particularly Genuine Fraud, I believe, is about girls and friendships and how those interconnect and intermingle. And then this one over here, Beautiful Animals, is actually quite a nice summer read. And I thought with kind of the miserable British weather in January, I would try and read this one. So this one is set on a Greek island, which again, it's not set here, it's in the Greek Isles, so tick one of those boxes. And it's also around a group of young Americans, and kind of there seems to be some intrigue and people coming into this group that make this sound like it's going to be good, and like I said, for the weather. And then yeah, this one, unfortunately, I think this one is set in the States, but it sounds really good. So you've got quite a complex female friendship group going on there. So I'm really looking forward to getting to both of these, and they're not very long, so I should be okay on top of my other books. And then again, trying to read something that's more diverse for diverse authors. We've got Katsu Ishiguro, I might not be saying that right, but Never Let Me Go. Ishiguro is a Nobel Prize winning author. I believe it was for Remains of the Day. But this one, Never Let Me Go, sounds really interesting. And actually, no, I was going to say something about it, but then I'm going to spoil it. So basically, if we go with the synopsis on the back, so something that I've heard, but we'll see if it pans out, is that you've got a group of students at a kind of a high school, and they seem like they're special students, and it kind of charts their way through this high school and their lives, and again, their friendships, and it kind of delves into the complexities and the nature of friendship and love, and just what it means to be alive. So I have high hopes for this book. I think it's going to be beautiful, but I'll let you know. There's also something that I think is not necessarily said in the synopsis, but might happen. So we'll see. I'm being very cryptic, but this is that one. And then the next one that I want to read is The 13th Tale. This has been literally sitting on this bookshelf, I think, for the entire year, and I keep meaning to pick it up, and for some reason I don't. I found this copy, actually. You can see it's a bit bashed and abused, in a charity shop, which is great, as a second-hand haul. But this is about a woman. She's an author, and she is telling her life story, I believe, to another woman. And I know this is kind of shades of Evelyn Hugo in terms of one woman telling her story to another woman. And apparently it's meant to be really, really good, really enthralling. And yeah, I've been meaning to get to this, but just haven't. So this kind of ticks my box in terms of kind of complex female relationships as well. And I hope, there sounds like there might be a bit of a mystery element here as well, which I kind of like in my books. So there's that one. And then the last one that is kind of on my plan TBR, it might change, but this is my plans, is the new release for the month. So one of the other things, I didn't mention this earlier, is that I want to try and get to more new releases as they come out. And this one here, We Knew the Curses Were Deadly. So this is The Curses, and this is the second book, and I read the first one. It's called The Graces, and it's about a group of high school students, and are they, aren't they witches, that kind of thing. And I really enjoyed the book. It was just a fun kind of, I love the craft and, you know, practical magic and all of that. So for me, this is like the perfect fun read, and it's got a very cool kind of unusual cover. I like the fact that it's just writing. So this is going to be the new release. I'll do a separate video on this because, you know, it's a January release, and I'm really looking forward. This is just going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So that's my lot. Yeah, I hope you have a great reading month. I will speak to you very soon with my wrap-ups and my thoughts on these ones. Yeah, and have a good day. Bye-bye.